On this episode of Stadium Center, new parks from channel members, a showcase of stadiums from Twitch, and an all-new Showdown challenge. All that and more on this episode of Stadium Center. What's up, guys, and welcome back to Stadium Center. I'm your host, Suelville21, and it has been a long time since our last episode. That means we got a lot of stadiums to get into. Let's kick things off with some parks by our current channel members. Our first park is coming from longtime channel member Masterson26, and he brings us Rando Park. Known for his vertical designs and multi-layered sections of seating, Masterson's latest creation is a massive stadium holding over 59,000 fans. It mixes both tropical and futuristic elements, so let's see what he's come up with. Behind home, we can see the Coliseum-style seating structure. He's also blended in minor league seating for smaller sections near the field. Right field makes a statement with custom outfield bleachers divided by a grass section in the middle. These sit below a massive video board with a satellite and row of trees near the batter's eye. Left field has similar elements mirrored around the video board, but that's about where the similarities end. Near the foul pole, you'll be able to hit splash shots into a pool, but don't even think about bringing your canoe to the game. The waters are infested with creatures that'll cut your good time short in a hurry. This stadium looks great at night, and with large crowds, you know this place gets loud. I love the mixture of elements used here, and Masterson always has unique ideas that he manages to pull off really well. Great job on this one, Masterson, and thanks again for becoming a channel member. You've also hit your 6-month anniversary, which means your jersey upgrades to the next level. I've got one more stadium left from you, so be sure to keep sending in any more stadiums when they're ready. The next part comes from our newest channel member, and it's a remix of one of his own builds. This is Central Square Park 2.0 by Lothario. This is a remix of his Jackson Street Park build. He said his old build was a little too chaotic and that he wanted to go for a bit more realism with this one, so let's get into it. The left field corner has a lot going on. I especially like the balcony over the entrance of the theater and the canoe club with a dedication to Phil over at Studio 44. Towards the center, the compact vertical design continues. There's a ton of targets, including an oversized glove built into the St. Louis restaurant and multiple seating areas to snag a home run. Right field is packed with seating, and I'm a big fan of the rows of standing room areas right at field level. He's also given us a nod at the Stadium Center home run porch on the top level, where only your longest home runs will have a shot to reach. Taking a bit closer look at the rows near the wall, he's included multiple vendors and a few restaurants to stop by and grab some food from. This area definitely looks like a fun place to hang out. Overall, this stadium was a ton of fun to check out, and while I did enjoy the first version, I do feel that this one sells more on the realism you were going for. Thanks again, Lothario, for being a channel member, and I can't wait to see what you come up with next. That's going to be it for our channel member builds for this episode, so let's head on back to the studio. Thank you once again to all of our channel members who help make these videos possible. If you're interested in a membership, you can click the join button below for more details. Now, if you didn't know, I also stream on Twitch, and one of our favorite things to do is check out stadiums you guys have been working on. Let's head over to our next segment, which is the live stream showcase. Our first stadium we'll be taking a look at is by a guy who has to be considered one of the GOATs of creating stadiums. This is Binural Resonance Rumination Stadium by Obituary Turtle. Obituary Turtle has quickly become one of the well-known creators for his realistic builds and attention to detail. Let's check out this stadium that I'm guessing you may have already seen on a few other channels. Starting in left, there's a huge fountain built into the Hall of Fame entrance plaza. He's also included the Boneyard Brewery roof deck for an elevated experience to catch the game from. Center field keeps things high in the sky with more rooftop venues that also feature a view of the river outside the stadium. He made great use of mixing different building props to make this stadium come together. Over in right field, you'll find more traditional outfield seating with small sections of bleachers. Clear those with a long ball and you've got a chance at a splash landing or hitting it onto the iconic bridge overlooking the stadium and nearby marina. No doubt this park has a great atmosphere under the lights. Turtle has once again outdone himself, and I'm always looking forward to his next build. Thanks again, Turtle, for showing us this awesome stadium during our live stream and for grabbing a t-shirt from the merch store. Next up, we have a park south of the border. This is Los Cabos Stadium by Spanky McSlappy. This tropical themed park holds around 20,000 fans and mixes both old school looks with modern aesthetics. We had a great time checking this one out live, so let's get into it. Starting in the corner, there's a pool suite for a great way to keep cool while watching the game. Down in the opposite corner, you'll find a tropical restaurant with a rooftop patio to enjoy your food from and possibly snag a foul ball. Center field is the main attraction with multiple levels with great views around the batter's eye. There's a ton of concessions and almost feels like an outdoor mall in this area. The top level even features a fountain near a bar to grab some drinks from. This park looks awesome at night and really has a fun vibe to it. Spanky McSlappy is one of those guys who doesn't seem to send me parks too often, so when he dropped by the live stream with this one, we had to check it out. Great work, and I hope to see some more from you soon. Here's a park from another guy you've definitely heard of. Our next park is Music City Field 25 by Carmensdad. Carmensdad is another legend who often stops by when we're live. If you've ever been looking for advice for your builds, just drop by and say hello in the chat. There's always a ton of great creators hanging out in there. In the meantime, let's check out what Carmensdad has brought us this time. Starting in the right field corner, he's built a custom Hall of Fame section with retired numbers lining the wall. Left field really shows off his architectural background with a fantastic set of outfield seating sections. His style of building really sets him apart and makes me envious of how good he is. Custom built scoreboards are a signature of his, and we got a great one in left above 3 levels of outfield seating in the All-Star Pavilion. The music notes coming off the guitar scoreboard are a great added touch too. Lastly, you'll find the Gillum corner in left with some rooftop seating near the video board on a Wrigley-style row home. It was never a doubt that this park would look great with the lights on and be a fantastic place to play a game in. Another awesome job, Carmensdad, and thanks again for being such an awesome part of our community. Our first live stream showcase really is packed with legends. The next park is Crown Royal Stadium by Archmage Chemish. This Kansas City Royals concept stadium is based off some early renderings that came out. Arch is definitely the man when it comes to recreations, including ones that haven't even been built yet. Starting in left, you can't miss the Royal Throne video board towering over the outfield stands. There's also custom bleacher sections next to statues of the royal legends from the past. Center field is loaded with amenities including a lazy river and wiffle ball field with multiple decks for great views of the entire park. The state line lofts also feature field views from your room overlooking the batter's eye. Right field has a massive fountain complex, and the amount of detail here is incredible. I love all the trees and lights towering over the waterfalls at street level. This park looks great at night, and the skyline in the background is very well done and really captures that downtown Kansas City feel. I'm glad to see we finally got another stadium from Arch and look forward to his S-Con Field from Japan in the near future. Our last build for this week's live edition is from another guy who I think could win Phil's Creator of the Year award. This is Golden Gate Park by Jace155. This San Francisco build mixes elements from their current stadium with a few more added features and relocates it closer to the Golden Gate Bridge. This is another really clean build to check out. Starting off in left, you'll recognize the architecture style from Oracle Park. Legends Landing has a small seating area, and clearing it will get you a splash shot in the local marina. Left field keeps the iconic oversized glove, but this time puts it in play for home runs reaching around 440 feet. The view of the Golden Gate Bridge behind the palm tree riddled concourse makes for an iconic view that leaves no doubt where this park is located. Outside the stadium, he's included a small storefront plaza with parking next to a nearby park. I really like this added level of detail, even though you won't see too much of it while playing the game. This park is a really fun alternative build for the Giants, and one of the cleaner ones I've seen. Another great job, Jaschiff. If you want to catch me live and show off your builds, or just hang out in the chat, be sure to give me a follow on Twitch. I'll include a link in the description down below. That's it for our live stream showcase this time, so let's head on back to the studio. We always have a good time hanging out on stream, and I love hanging out with you guys in the chat. One of the newest things we've started doing is a bit like the old Stadium Creator Showdown that longtime viewers will remember. We've switched up the format a bit, and now we're calling it the Showdown Challenge. The challenge this time was pretty simple. Finish a stadium that had started being built after the original construction company failed to finish what they started. The rules to this challenge were, the outfield wall dimensions could not be changed, but the wall heights may be adjusted. The left field bleachers must remain, but the heights could also be adjusted how you see fit. Right field had to include a lazy river as an amenity, and finally, the stadium could not exceed beyond the city streets. We got a total of 12 submissions for this one, including one of my own, so let's jump in and see what everyone came up with. Our first challenge stadium is called Executive Park North, and it's by Great Scott 18660. I should also mention that the challenge was to build a minor league stadium. Scotty's version holds 17,000 fans and has a unique bowl-shaped design in an urban area setting. Starting off, we gotta take a look at the overall structure of the seating. It's a unique look and it really adds a lot of character, and I don't believe I've ever seen a park done in quite this way. Beginning in right field, he kept the lazy river locked in place. He added multiple levels of both standing room sections and areas for casual dining. There's also a pool for an added way to stay cool while making a splash during the game. Left field was raised up a bit to connect the concourse and used as an entry to the stadium. There's another party deck above the bleachers and plenty of concession stands, my favorite one being the one built into the foul corner near the pole. Lastly, center field was completed with a field maintenance area below the city park on a nearby cross street. Look closely and you'll see a canoe topping the water fountain. Scotty's always impressing us with his builds, and he's done it again here. This is a great looking park at night, and the city skyline blends in perfectly. Great job on this one, Scott. Next up is a park from the architect himself. This is SC Challenge 1 Carmensdad Final. This is a larger minor league park and features a Hyatt Regency hotel attached to the stadium. He also went all out on the details like usual, so let's check them out. Starting in the left corner, there's a covered section of seats that are perfectly angled towards the action. Behind them you'll find rooftop seating for an elevated experience. The left field bleachers remained at the same height, and a second deck was added above with a custom video board. The lazy river was kept at field level and slightly covered by 3 more tiers to watch the game from. The main concourse sits between 2 levels of outfield seats with a laser ribbon running the length of the outfield. The stands in center are completely covered and also feature bridge access to the Hyatt Regency Hotel across the street. On the backside you'll find details including more vendors and escalators to bring you to the lower level. This park is definitely in Carmensdad's style. It has that clean, realistic look we've come to expect from every one of his builds. I love the included walkway to the hotel, and it reminds me of Petco Park in that way. Great job once again, Carmensdad. Our next entry is FirstEnergy Stadium SC by TTV Shady Gaming 25. Shady went with a more traditional style minor league park, but that doesn't mean it isn't jam-packed with features. There's a lot to check out both down the lines and in the outfield. The left field area is staggered with sections to choose from when selecting your tickets for the game. Whether you're in foul territory or want a chance at snagging a home run, you'll have both options for bleacher style or tableside seating. Down the opposite line, you'll find more room to sit behind the covered areas right next to the field. The lazy river has been shifted over closer to the foul pole and sits next to the batting cage's storage area. Center field is complete with a video board on the hillside seating. A nearby warehouse has great views of the game and even features a narrow balcony to sneak out on and catch some of the action. I think Shady is one of the newest guys to join the community, but what we've seen from him so far has been fantastic. Awesome job, Shady, and I hope to see you participate in the next challenge again. Our next entry is themed after an 80s movie. This is Wyatt Field by Rico 1379. He says it's inspired by the movie They Live, where the Illuminati are real and are an alien race using subliminal messages to control humanity and keep people poor. Interesting concept, so let's take a look. Kicking it off and left, you can see some of the messaging lining the backdrop. He's kept the bleachers pretty well in place and made the corner tropical with palm trees and a fountain. Right field has doubled up on the lazy river prop, and instead of a canoe, there's a large fishing boat cruising the rapids. I like how we worked the stairs from the office building into the design and continued them up to the entrance gate. Above the batter's eye is a very large custom scoreboard. There's also a balcony overlooking center and the lazy river down below. Behind the scoreboards, you'll find a plaza for grabbing a quick snack at. Outside the field, we have a very first homeless encampment I've ever seen in Stadium Creator, and the residents look like they're being abducted. While I haven't seen the movie, I never thought I'd be able to get the gist of one from a stadium that someone created. Really wild concept, Rico, but I dig it. Nice job on this one, and I believe I just got your submission for the second challenge. Our next stadium is actually this guy's first build on the channel. This is SC Challenge 1 Amish by Amish Inid TV. This is a very small build holding just a few thousand people. He opted for atmosphere over large crowds in this one, so let's get right into it. Left field turns the bleachers into an elevated plaza with nearby concessions and overlooks a large beach. It's also shaded by the Dodgers themed roof cover. The right field plaza looks great in foul territory. It has everything from team stores and concessions to party decks and decorative fountains. In the outfield, the lazy river sits below the bleachers with the team name highlighted along the wall. There's also a restaurant with outdoor seating nearby that a home run down the line just might reach. This park goes to show you that you don't need massive crowds to build a great park. This cozy atmosphere is great for a single A stadium. Great work on this one, Amish, and welcome to the SC community. Our fifth stadium of the challenge also has his name built into the title. This is SC Challenge 1, A. Sanders 91. He says he tried to give it that nice Sewell City background, and I think he really nailed it. He says he also hid 5 baby dolls throughout the build. Can you find them all? Starting in the right field corner, he's mixed a bunch of concession props to create a rooftop terrace with stairs down to the main concourse below. Then over in the outfield, he's blended in more props into the St. Louis Steakhouse to include seating, laser ribbons, and even a nod to Stadium Center. Thanks, Sanders. Left field features a perfectly sized video board next to the bleachers. The entrance gates sit down below, and right outside you'll find a light rail running down the center median of the street. This park looks awesome at night, and Sanders did a really great job on the city and features outside the stadium. This is another very realistic build from him, and a very clean one too. Most of our builds left in this challenge have the names of the creators in them. This is SC Challenge 1, Jaschiff. Jaschiff built this stadium on a hill with a reservoir outlet right behind it. It's also in the middle of downtown and has a ton of detail to it. The left field bleachers were lowered and sit in front of a large outdoor restaurant seating area. Above it is a roof deck that runs along left to center with plenty of standing room and concessions. Right field has the lazy river pinned up against the foul pole and leads to a nearby pool. You'll also find a bar and grill with a large covered seating area. This is probably the most fun place to hang out in the entire park. Over in the corner, you'll find a large brick warehouse with a dock. You can often see the workers taking their breaks here to catch an inning or two of the game. Center field has a great view of the city, and that sits elevated on a hill with the reservoir down below. I really like the use of grass hills and tree props here to give this ballpark a unique setting. Jaschiff has once again delivered and shows us why his name has to be mentioned when you're talking about some of the best creators in the game. We had a blast checking out this park live on stream, and we kept finding more details as we went. Thanks again for the entry, Jaschiff. Alright, we're halfway through and we've still got a lot of awesome challenge stadiums. This next one is SC Challenge 1, Sanmandan. Dan says he got to 94% memory on this one and then started experiencing the dreaded crash issues that I think we've all come across at least once or twice. This is still a great build with a lot of features to check out. Behind home is pretty standard, but includes a custom press box and is topped off with a futuristic roof set. Both corners have similar designs to them. Here you can catch a game from a rounded plaza with modern architectural design built into the Ballpark Eats restaurant. The walls were lowered in front of the lazy river to add windows for a more unobstructed view. The bleachers are covered nicely and sit below the main video board and concession stands. Left field has been raised to feature a field level view underneath. The concourse connects with the middle level and wraps around even more vendors with a great city skyline in the backdrop. Dan did a great job on this one by adjusting the heights of the fences to give the park a very different look. I love using the futuristic props to give it a modern design, and he didn't go too over the top with them. Thanks once again for your entry, Dan. Our next entry is from a fellow YouTuber. This is SC Challenge 1 SBG by Schmitty B Gaming. When we checked this one out on stream, I honestly thought that this was my favorite build of his. Since then though, he has put out a few more awesome stadiums that you should definitely check out. Behind home looks very realistic, and I like how he sank the contemporary seats just for the use of the press box. That's definitely a move I'll have to steal in the future. Over in the left field corner, you'll find the practice facility and kids wiffle ball field. There's also an entrance to the park near the back of the neighborhood. The first base side features hillside seating as well as 3 levels of picnic tables and a team store. The hillside blends nicely into the bleachers, and the stairs will lead you down onto the main concourse. Schmitty has also included a pool next to the lazy river, and of course he's got canoes to row along with the current. The streets outside and at a parking structure, well, you'll find a gate leading into the corner of the park. Over the batter's eye, he's built a huge custom structure featuring 3 levels of tableside seating. The main video board is lined up over center, and here we can see the water slide cascading into the lazy river below. This park has a great small town vibe to it, but it's still packed with tons of features. Amazing job on this one, Schmitty, and it's still one of my favorites of yours. The next guy is known for brick-filled parks, but this time he's opted for concrete. This is SC Challenge 1 Sluggish Moth. This park has a very different look from what we're used to seeing from Sluggish Moth, but it still has a great design and plenty of features that we've come to expect from him. His overall design of the park features limited upper deck seating with suites down the lines ending at each of the corners. The right field corner has a really cool design to it, with concessions on the top level for the fans and the bleachers, and a team store down below by the lazy river, which is accessed by stairs after crossing over the bridge. Left field has 2 levels to catch the game from. There's a small picnic area which is close to the field level in foul territory. Next to it, the bleachers have been covered nicely by using a concession prop for the roof. Center field has a custom batter's eye added on top to the Phillies prop. It sits between a small hillside seating area for families and a large plaza with a fountain in the middle. Sluggish Moth did a great job on this one, and my favorite part is definitely the concourse and right. He's shown us that he can build with any concourse texture and that he's not just a one-brick pony. Our next entry comes from me. This is SC Challenge 1 by Suelville21. I feel like I played it a bit safe here and didn't do anything too crazy. I think it's still a solid build, but not quite as crazy as what some of the other guys have shown us. I spent a lot of time on the structure behind home to include a fun design to it. There's 3 different levels, with the highest level included only down the lines. The third base side has a small nook in the stands which features some picnic tables. The back corner has a team store behind the grass hill and a few vendors to grab some quick snacks from. The left field bleachers were left pretty basic. There's a video board and scoreboard walk bar sitting between 2 gates behind them. I added quite a lot of seating in right field with smaller sections nearest the field. The lazy river has cabanas to escape the sun from and a concession stand tucked under the stands for some shade while you're in line. I also wanted to feature a few custom advertisements along the wall too. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how this build turned out. I think it has a good summer baseball feel to it, and I played a couple games in it and had a good time. We still have 2 more entries to check out though, so let's get to it. Our second to last field comes from another regular of the channel. This is Wyatt Field from Murph075. Murph is another creator known for his realism and detail, and this park certainly isn't any exception. Holding just over 5,000 fans, let's take a look at this smaller build. Murph opted for stands on only one side of the field this time, in a plaza down the first baseline. He had a similar idea as me and turned a section by third base into tableside seating. You can rent these out for the game for a lot more room and a relaxed way to snag a foul ball. He kept the bleacher height the same and fitted them nicely between the corner plaza and hillside family section. The concourse is littered with vendors and offices are right across the street that feature balconies overlooking left field. A small video board sits atop the stands above the lazy river. Here you'll also find the out-of-town scoreboard and a club split by the foul pole. It offers standing room right next to the field or a pool for a small splash target on the second deck. Lastly, the first baseline features a plaza with wiffle ball for kids and an elevated dining area above a few cart vendors. He's also dedicated a monument to his late wife Jackie to bring the whole design together. The field looks great at night, and the town in the background gives a good mid-sized city feel for the location. Another excellent job, Murph. The last stadium of the challenge comes to us from Obituary Turtle. This is the Lagoon at Suelville Harbor. Named after some random YouTuber, this seaside park holds just over 5,000 fans and offers a fun backdrop in the outfield. Turtle went completely custom with the stands throughout the build and made one of the best custom press boxes I think I've ever seen. The stadium features a symmetrical design down the lines with concessions, bathrooms, and a bar on the lower level. The left field corner winds around to the bleachers with grass hill seating leading up to the wall. This brings you over to the left field entrance gates. Here you'll find the main video board towering over a semi-covered bar on a curved balcony. Right field has the lazy river connected to a tropical themed restaurant with patio style seating. The rooftop has additional tables that have a full 360 view of the field and nearby harbor. Turtle absolutely nailed the design, and I'm honored he decided to include me in the name of the field. That's going to be a wrap for this Showdown challenge, and I want to thank all the guys who submitted an entry. Let me know which one was your favorite down in the comments below. And that's also going to be a wrap on this episode of Stadium Center. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're enjoying the videos, and be sure to check out stadiumcenter.com to submit your creations, and catch me on Twitch where we'll be looking at the latest Showdown submissions very soon. As always, thanks for hanging out with me and checking out these parks. Have a great night, guys, and I hope to see you in the next one.